Welcome to Matters of the Heart podcast with Rashonda, Thursday's Tip Edition. Do you need some advice? Need some ideas to improve a specific situation, whether in the world around you or just an individual fix? Well, that's what Thursday's Tip is all about. I don't just tell you how to do it, but I'll always offer a couple of tips on things you can do to succeed in the process. Thursday's tips are geared towards making us feel empowered, starting from the inside out. So, what are you waiting for? Come on in and let me share a couple of tips with you. Hello, everyone. This is the Matters of the Heart podcast. If you're hearing my voice right now, you already know what time it is. Welcome to another Thursday's Tip episode. I talk about inspiration, motivation, wellness, and mind peacefulness here. I share experiences, advice, and knowledge to help us all improve our lives and learn more. The content is always 100% positive, and your host on this journey is me, Rashonda. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Hello, how you doing? I'm Rashonda. What's your name? Great. My daughter loved Dora the Explorer growing up, and I would always love that part when Dora would ask them, and okay. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject. Anyway, welcome. Hello. Thank you for being here today. You are so sweet. So today's topic is just put the H in it. Meaning. So today's post discusses my recent discovery of using the H word on my breakfast favorite. Have you been putting the H in your foods? Want to know what the H is? My senses tell me you may be doing it already, and let's face it, most of us may have already stumbled, failed, and got back up again on our journey, and it's okay. There's still time to get back on the wagon and just take things one day at a time. Now, just in case you missed that whole last part I just said, you'll understand it by and by as we get into this episode, okay? So stay tuned. I'll be right back. First, let me say that I love the Impossible Whopper from Burger King. I mean, do you? Love it. However, when I was ordering one day, I made the mistake of placing the order without asking for the cheese and mayo to be removed from the burger. Needless to say, when I got home, I had to do a bit of reconstructive work on it, such as pulling off the cheese and wiping off all that mayo. I don't know why in the world burger joints just douse that on heavily. Like, okay, what is it with the mayo? I think what it is, and I've seen this on movies, they just slap it on there like whatever. And I know you may say, well, you can ask for light mayo, but for some reason, depending on how somebody feeling in the kitchen, I feel like they're still going to give me the amount they want me to have regardless. So I digress. Anywho, after I got done taking mine through surgery, it was okay. But I knew to ask for no mayo and cheese the next time. And when I did that, it was so good. Also, this is like a bonus tip. If you just happen to stop by a fast food place for lunch, make sure it's between the hours of 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Food is the freshest and it's just now being cooked. Also, if you want hot fries, always ask for no salt. They have to cook them up every time. So thank me later in regards to lowering your blood pressure and having hot fries. All right. So you might be asking, Rashonda, where are you going with this episode? I'm glad you asked. The H stands for health. Put some health on it. I got a lot more explaining and breaking down to do, so I'll be right back to piece this confusing puzzle together. Okay, here it is. This episode brought to mind something I experienced 4 years ago. We were all settled in during the first week of January, or maybe we were just in our part of the woods or this side of the world, due to some snow coming in out of nowhere, seems like. And I was stuck in the house for a couple of days. My neighborhood was so slick and covered with snow, we couldn't even get out to go to the store. So I'm so thankful to God that I went the night before. While I was snuggled in the house, it threw me off my regular work routine, where I would have been in an environment that kept me on my feet all day long and on schedule as far as eating right is concerned. Ever notice how specific settings keep you on track? Is it just me? Work keeps me on track with eating right. It's like I eat at the right time. I try to get up from my desk and exercise, even though I need to work on that a whole lot more. But it just keeps me on track with a lot of things. And then when I get in the house, it's like it all goes nowhere, especially if it's a snowy day like it was that day. And it just threw me completely off. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. However, during that time, with nowhere to go, I was stuck in the house with food all day long. And I wanted everything bad, from pancakes to cookies to fatty foods like good old cheeseburgers and pasta. But what I had to realize was that just because it's in front of you, tempting as it may be, you can do one thing to turn that unhealthy option into a good one, and that's to put the H in it or on it. Are you still puzzled? Let me explain further. I'll be back. Snowy day, I gave in to my temptation and I did fix me some pancakes. I'm not much of a pancake eater, but for some reason that day I couldn't get them off my mind. It was the environment. I know it was out to get me. I had some pancake mix in the cabinet, which wasn't made out of coconut flour, if you get my drift. It was the regular flour mix. While I wanted the pancakes, the first thing I thought about was, how can I make these a little healthier? So once I gave my counter a look over, I measured out a good enough mix to make 2 pancakes. So this is what I did. I added a little coconut sugar, some almond milk, chia seeds, unsweetened applesauce, ground flax seeds, and a dab of hemp hearts. After stirring it all up, I put them in a skillet with a bit of coconut oil, and once done, I added 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup, and voila, I had healthy pancakes. And I must say, while that little mix I just named probably didn't sound good to you, they actually turned out better than I had expected. Those plain pancakes became a much healthier alternative than what they would have been if I had just mixed them up. Just because I was in the house didn't mean I needed to go rogue with my eating habits. Honestly, if you think about it, and if your goal is to make healthy choices this year, this could be a good start to those New Year resolutions, which may have tanked by now. There's still hope, and while the first 3 months are out of here, we still have the rest of the year to make a change. It's not too late. You can start small and work your way up. I will tell you some simple things you can do to add some H to your food staples. Now, these are just some suggestions and things I've tried to give you an idea of how simple adding health to your meals can be, such as adding cinnamon to your cereal or cinnamon to your Cheerios. Yep, cinnamon is a very good spice. It's good for you, and it's also good for diabetes. So it keeps your sugar levels low. So it's very good. Adding chia seeds or flax seeds to your salads. Adding pieces of avocado to a sandwich or your favorite burger. I don't know about you, but I am in love with avocados. Like, I can eat them all day. Now, I know they're like high in fat, so I really have to watch myself, but I love me a good avocado. You know, put a little seasoning on it. And honestly, I can eat them by themselves, but they are so good on a burger or maybe your favorite sandwich. You can add some hemp hearts to a peanut butter sandwich. Hemp hearts are very good. Vegan cheese shreds to a salad. Now you might say, well, I'm not vegan. And trust me, you will not know the difference with this cheese. My favorite is Voila. And I get it at the local Food Lion in my town. And it's my favorite cheese shred. It is so good, and it makes me not miss eating regular cheese, but it's so good. So, and no, everything that I'm naming today, this episode is not sponsored, okay? I don't get sponsorships, but if I know, you know, if I come across something good, like I'm the type of person where I just want to share it. You don't have to pay me to say it. You know what? I mean, you know, if people wanted to pay me to say it, I mean, hey, I'm all for that. But I'm the type of person where, hey, if it's good to me, if I liked it, maybe somebody else will like it. So Voila cheese shreds is really very good. You can swap out your regular cheese slices for some vegan cheese slices. My favorite is Follow Your Heart, the Follow Your Heart brand. I've tried the Gouda. I've tried the regular cheddar cheese. I don't think I've tried the pepper jack, but those are some good cheese brands to me that I personally tried and I just like. Replacing almond, coconut, or soy milk in the place of your cereal, you know, or anything you'd use regular milk for. I also tried macadamia milk, which is so good. Now, you're not going to find that in the freezer section, but you will find that on the shelf. So try it out, you know, if you're not allergic to nuts. Now, if you do have allergies and you are allergic to nuts, then maybe some rice or some oat milk will, you know, substitute and be good for you. Or maybe you're just not a milk person at all, and that is fine. Adding some spinach and mushrooms to your pasta dishes, okay? Delicious. So Tabitha Brown has a vegan pasta that she does with mushrooms on her YouTube channel. Tabitha Brown is she's like my best friend in my head. Like, I feel like we have the same spirit and personality. So in my head, like, I talk to her every single day. You know, we going out to lunch on next Thursday, you know, and I'm always at her house in my head. But anyway, that's me. But she has this recipe on her YouTube channel that was very delicious. So she used vegan meat. However, at the time, we were on a fast and I wasn't eating meat. So I only made the sauce, but it was equally delicious. So visit her channel and try it out. Either way is good. Get your dressing on the side or switch out your favorite salad dressing. My favorite is a dressing by G. Hughes. You can find his products at Walmart, but his products are sugar-free and they are very delicious. My favorite dressing is the Italian dressing that he has, and he has some barbecue sauce that's really good. So he has a great line of options that are tasty and they're low in calories. If you frequent the fast food places and you just gotta have that burger, I mean, who doesn't want a good burger? But instead of the fries, get a side salad. Or instead of soda, ask for bottled water. Pizza is my all-time favorite. One day I ordered one with no cheese and just marinara sauce and a lot of veggies. It was different. It was different because I was so used to having cheese on my pizza. But it was good. So what I did was, when I got it, I came home and I sprinkled some of those Voila cheese shreds over it. It was very good. You can also do a split, such as a 70-30. So 70% of your meals are healthy and the 30% leaves room for you to have the things you want to eat. And might I stress, drink plenty of water. I have an episode dedicated to that. Switch out ground beef for Impossible or Beyond Meat. They are both good and you won't be able to tell the difference. My favorite is the Impossible meat, but that's just me. But like I said, they are very, very good. And you get you some of that liquid smoke and put on there, I promise you, It's just like Burger King. You will not know the difference. Take one day out of the week and call it H Day, meaning it's the one day you eat all healthy foods for that particular day. So those were my things. Maybe you'll find a new way of eating something or incorporating some good health in your food choices. It's nothing wrong with giving things a try. And by now, you get my drift what the H is. The idea is to develop healthy ways to spruce up your everyday meals, especially if your budget is tight and you can't afford to buy those expensive meal delivery services. It's all about reading the labels and choosing a healthy option over a non-healthy one and adding a healthy one to an unhealthy one. So, the next time you eat something that doesn't seem to have the H in it, begin to think of ways you can jazz it up with a bit of health. Your body will love you for it. So, how do you add the H or the health to some of your favorite foods? I would love to hear about it. If you have a particular way of how you eat or what you do, or maybe you add bell peppers. Bell peppers, I didn't mention that. Bell peppers is also good too to add to pastas and things of that nature, and sandwiches and stuff. Like I said, it's just figuring out ways to add some healthy options to some unhealthy ones. That's what it's all about. Listen, that was it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the Pop-Up Thursday tips over the last couple of weeks. Say, you never know when a second Thursday or a Sunday may turn into more. So always stay tuned, and I appreciate you so much for listening and downloading. Say, I'm just a girl who's had some ups and downs, okay, with her faith, relationships, and life. And I just want to share my outlook on it all to help EMI encourage, motivate, and inspire someone else. So I appreciate you for listening. You're in my prayers and my heart. So until next time, put the H in your day, and I'll talk to you soon. That was it for today's episode. I hope you were inspired and feel positive vibes whenever you spend some time with me, Rashonda, and the Matters of the Heart podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to join me next time as we dive deeper into our spiritual, mental, and physical journey. You can follow Matters of the Heart podcast on Facebook to stay tuned for what's coming next. Feel free to share the episodes while you're here. Also, stay with me by subscribing wherever your favorite music and podcast stations reside. And as always, watch your heart, because its actions will follow. Thank you for listening.